everyone, Sneptorka here, back for another reaction video. We have the HSR version 3.6 special program. It is called Back to Earth in Evernight. I have no clue what's coming. If you don't know what happened in the story, quick spoiler, basically we had to go through another cycle because Lycus was being a pain. And we know that now the third path of Amphoreus is going to be getting involved, and we're gonna see probably what that is for this one, but not too interested in the characters. Maybe if March was an emo, I'd be more interested, but we'll see. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got here. 35-minute special program, not bad.
With the Era Nova now complete, you have granted the hero the perfect conclusion.
No, we didn't.
What can change a person's nature? Is it memories? Unfortunately, the result is just the opposite.
My final rebellion.
Rise from your dormancy and follow me as soaring dragon of the wilderness.
Okay. Kepler's voice was awesome.
Dragon, rise! Earth shatters, heaven trembles.
So come, dear. Sink into the sea of oblivion and become my guest.
Man.
The Evernight draws near. Time for some sweet dreams.
Oh man. The music for that is good.
Until we meet again, everyone. Self-righteous path strider of the harmony. You think you can do that?
You know that the dawn is there, and the blazing sun destined to rise.
If a new life is to be born, its seed has to be dead.
I am the one who guards the trailblazer's way forward.
Now, let's bring the true Evernight to this world.
The true what?
Let's bring the true Evernight to this world. Let's bring the true Evernight to
Evernight.
this world.
Let the trail blaze, write an ending unlike any that ever was.
Oh, who was that there?
Write
That was
an ending
Cyrene,
unlike
Don Hung,
any
Stell,
that
and who's that on the right?
ever was.
This world.
Let the trail blaze.
Is that
write
March?
An ending unlike any
I think it is, maybe.
that ever was.
Okay.
Woo! And whether or not your world has a day-night cycle, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It's a pleasure to be back for the version 3.6 Back to Earth and Evernight special program. I'm your most beloved host, Albert. We also have the honor of inviting 3 passengers of the Astral Express to spend some precious time with us today. Let's give them a warm welcome.
Hi, everyone. It's
Oh.
a pleasure to be back on the special program. I'm Himiko, the navigator of the Astral Express.
Pleasure for you
Hello,
to show
everyone.
up to your job.
I'm Dan Hung, the Express's guard.
Long time no see, dear viewers. I am Sunday.
I'm very happy to see you all again. It's always
Okay.
nice to meet old acquaintances.
Thank you, Mr. Albert, for inviting us. You're still as lively as always.
Yep.
It feels like we've only met yesterday. I can't believe it's already been so long.
Reuniting with old friends is like a bird returning to its nest. It's good to see that you're doing well, Mr. Albert.
To be perfectly honest, I've been really looking forward to seeing you all again. It's like having a family reunion.
Mr. Albert is welcome to come visit the Express more often. I've even gotten some inspiration from Amphoreus for a new style of coffee.
Well, I'll definitely visit if I have time. But let's first get to today's main topic. In the previous version story, the Trailblazer took on the role of the Deliverer, bringing new hope to Amphoreus' deadlock. With the combined efforts of our companions, both inside and outside Amphoreus, this world has completed its final flame chase journey according to our will.
We also forced Lygus to compromise with us. Without that genius's constant meddling and obstructions, we have an even greater chance of defeating Iron Tomb.
Miss March, or should I say Miss Evernight, provided critical assistance on this front.
Definitely. She helped the Trailblazer break free from the Exomyth and return to Amphoreus, and she also headed over the core flame of world bearing to us.
Even though she looks quite different,
Yeah, she
I
does.
still believe that March is on our side.
But it feels like Evernight has a dangerous aura about her. What exactly happened to March?
Yeah, those jellyfish floating around here don't look like they should be messed with.
The situation in
Pretty big.
Amphoreus is changing rapidly.
is.
Based on what Miss Evernight said, it seems she also has her own ideas about Era Nova.
Mr. Sunday is quite perceptive. In the version 3.6 story, Evernight will attempt to save Amphoreus by implementing her own idea of Era Nova.
Her own idea? Would it deviate from the plans we made with the Chrysosairs?
Even though Evernight has good intentions and won't harm the Trailblazer, her plans do indeed clash with our current concept of deliverance. So Evernight ends up interfering with the Trailblazer's plans through certain means.
I hope this isn't a chapter that like
Time is
didn't
running
need to be
out.
added, but
There's
they
no more
added
room
because
for
they wanted to put
hesitation,
these
Miss
two characters
Himiko.
in.
I wish to return to Amphoreus.
But you've only been back for such a short time. And it's too risky with all the dangers Amphoreus has shown.
Any risk is worth it as long as we can bring back the Trailblazer in March and reunite all the Express crew. You would do the same in my place.
You're right. I should have known you'd say something like that.
Since Amphoreus is a world enveloped in Memoria, there must also be something I can assist with.
Yeah.
Miss Himiko, I will do everything I can to help them return safely.
Send Sunday
I
down.
also believe that Miss Black Swan will make the same choice.
You kids. Promise me that you'll take care of yourselves, all right?
It's like mommy saying, "Be
will.
careful outside."
Of course.
My heart! I'm so moved! Oh, the Astral Express family must be brought back together. However, due to the time dilation inside Amphoreus, Don Hung may see some serious changes once he's back on Amphoreus.
Is this the sacred tree in the Grove of Epiphany? Why are all its leaves dyed gold?
Only a few grains of sand have fallen through the hourglass, but already so many years have passed. There is something melancholic about it.
There also seems to be a few strange creatures here.
These are actually twisted monsters when the Garden of Recollection's mimetic life forms merge with the Destruction's golden blood. They're preventing Don Hung and the Trailblazer from reuniting. In order to make our journey go more smoothly, I'll present some intel here about the head of these monsters, the I-Core Memo Sprite, Judge of Oblivion. This monster's specialty is that it can target a single ally character and launch multiple single-target attacks. If the target of the Judge of Oblivion's attack is protected by a shield, the Judge's toughness will be reduced after the attack.
Looks like you'd ideally want a character in your team that provides shields when
What an
fighting
attack,
this monster.
man.
Exactly. In addition, before the Judge of Oblivion uses its ultimate, we have to manually select an ally character to take the most damage.
I see.
Also, in the version 3.6 story, we will head into and explore the great tomb of a nameless titan.
Nameless? Is there a 13th Titan outside the 12 we know?
Look at that.
This
That's
is the
so
deepest
cool.
ruin in Amphoreus. After it is stripped of its mythical embellishments, the colossal storage matrices flicker incessantly,
That
recording
one's
an
so cool. I
unknown
love the
past.
merging of like the old like
An
Roman
unknown
architecture and then
past?
like this new age.
We learned previously in the story how the
space
two paths
architecture.
of erudition and destruction have influenced Amphoreus. This world is less a place where paths intersect, and more a place where paths battle to the death. And now the path of remembrance entanglement with Amphoreus' millions of epochs will also be brought to light. I'll let you in on a little secret. Perhaps it all has something to do with a certain pink companion.
Ah.
Okay, now let's take a short break. So we'll resume when we're back.
Okay. Oh, that's so cool. She's just trying to mimic her. That's pretty badass. Okay.
All right. So March was drawn into Amphoreus for some unknown reason, but she also transformed into Evernight? What's the relationship between the two of them?
Well, according to what Evernight herself said, Evernight symbolizes March 7th's forgotten past, and she's existed up to this point in order to protect March 7th's future. We learned from the 3.4 storyline that March 7th, who appeared to be encased in ice on the Express, actually entered Amphoreus before we did. Evernight only shows up when March 7th's life is in grave danger, which means March 7th must have encountered serious trouble during her time adventuring alone.
Grave danger. That's...
She symbolizes the forgotten past. That means Evernight's formidable powers could also originate from March's unknown past.
Don Hung and the Trailblazer aren't the only ones on the Express hiding mysterious powers. Of course, March 7th has always been the most precious thing to Evernight, and the one she'll give everything to protect. So even though her intentions are good, Evernight is willing to do whatever it takes to protect March 7th and make March's wishes come true.
Regardless
of the collateral damage. You've got to be careful around her.
Actually, there was something in version 3.5 that I've been thinking about this whole time. Those memo keepers from the Garden of Recollection who tried to trick the Trailblazer seemed very afraid of Evernight.
Wait.
Been thinking about this whole time. Actually, there was something in version 3.5 that I've been thinking about this whole time. Those memo keepers from the Garden of Recollection who tried to trick the Trailblazer seemed very afraid of Evernight. The memo keepers left as quickly as possible when she appeared. Is there some connection between Evernight and the Remembrance?
Yeah.
No, we can't reveal any specifics right now. But the Remembrance is not a unified faction. Different sects and memo keepers all have their own agendas. Evernight is very aware of the plot that the Garden of Recollection is currently scheming, and she hasn't held back in dealing with these memo keepers to clear the way for the Trailblaze. Naturally, she became someone they wish to avoid.
Oh.
All right, I'll leave it to everyone to find out more of Evernight's story in the game. Next, let's see what Evernight does in combat. Evernight's forte is working in sync with Memo Sprites. Her Memo Sprite is called Evie, and it shows up as a little jellyfish next to her when she enters battle. Evernight can increase the crit damage of all Memo Sprites on the team. The more Remembrance characters on the team, the bigger the increase.
Fascinating.
When she summons the jellyfish during combat, Evernight gains Memoria. Accumulating Memoria will gradually increase the damage dealt by the jellyfish. After reaching a certain number of Memoria stacks, the jellyfish will immediately take action and deal damage to all enemies.
Her combat style is completely different from March's previous styles. It's much more intimidating.
It seems that if you want Evernight to perform better in battle, you need to accumulate a lot of Memoria and trigger the jellyfish to self-destruct as much as possible to deal more damage.
Exactly! When Evernight or the jellyfish's HP drops, Evernight will gain a certain amount of Memoria, and both herself and the jellyfish will gain buffs. Here comes the key point. When she uses her ultimate, Evernight deals damage to all enemies, and she and the jellyfish will enter a special enhanced state called Darkest Riddle.
In a team like this, though, wouldn't it be better to still have
and the jellyfish is
instead of
after Evernight uses her enhanced skill, she'll also gain extra Memoria.
Even the jellyfish changed to a red and black color. Evernight in this state seems much more dangerous.
Why is Evernight
I feel like you want
always
remembrance
holding an
characters that
umbrella?
are
This
like,
umbrella
you know,
is her
only
little
have
assistant.
Memo sprites,
When
but
she's
they can
facing
deal
enemies,
damage.
it becomes her weapon, dragging the enemies into the Evernight.
And Mem does not deal damage.
After using her technique, at the start of the next battle, Evernight increases all ally Memo Sprites' crit damage and gains some points of Memoria. Alright, now let's take a look at our other companion who gained a new form. Don Hung for Mansoor Terrai.
Man, the music is so cool. Don Hung is insanely popular. Oh, that's so cool.
So, what happened to Mr. Don Hung? How did he gain a new form?
On his journey to find the Trailblazer, Don Hung encountered obstacles in the shape of both Evernight and Terravox, demigod of Earth. After obtaining the power from Bibita Lunay's Azure Dragon, Don Hung took another step forward after obtaining the power from both Evernight and Terravox, demigod of Earth. After obtaining the power from Bibita Lunay's Azure Dragon, Don Hung took another step forward on the path of permanence to protect his friends and save Amphoreus. He unlocked the powers of Mansoor Terrai, powers that only belong to him.
The Golden Dragon soars above the lands for one reason: to protect all.
It seems as though Don Hung's powers this time are related to the earth and mountains, unlike his water dragon form from before. Overall, he also seems a lot more composed.
This trailblazing expedition through Amphoreus has strengthened my true inner desire. I want to do all I can to protect my companions. Mansoor Terrai's powers come from this desire.
Having taken the Earth Core Flame, Don Hung also becomes even more closely tied to this world.
So, is this why Mr. Don Hung is now taller?
Amphoreus' earth creatures usually have powerful builds, like mountain dwellers and dromuses. I suppose that growing taller is a side effect of accepting the Earth Core Flame.
Only by
So
comprehending and
strange,
aligning with
man.
the way of the world can one's path lead to everlasting existence. For the person Don Hung is right now, aligning with the way of the world means to share the same fate as Amphoreus. In the future, Don Hung will continue to explore the way of the permanence and look for more possibilities within the permanence.
After gaining these new powers, I can provide my team with comprehensive protection during battle. When using my skill, I will designate one ally character as my bondmate and summon Soul Dragon for them. At the same time, I will provide a stackable shield to all allies.
Oh? You can give your teammate an extra summon?
When Soul Dragon takes action, it dispels one debuff from all allies and provides a shield.
You've kept your word and carried out your conviction to protect everyone. You sure bring a sense of security.
When I use my ultimate, I will deal damage to all enemies and provide a shield to all allies. At this time, Soul Dragon will be enhanced. When it takes action, it will launch a follow-up attack on all enemies.
By using follow-up attacks, Soul Dragon can also build up more shields for the entire team, adding another layer of protection.
Cool.
Take another look at the screen.
These animations
When
are
finding is
awesome.
the bondmate and activates his territory, the Soul Dragon can follow him into the effect to safeguard him.
When I use my technique, I will daze the enemies within a certain radius and make the character who triggers combat my bondmate. At the start of the next battle, I will use my skill once on this character without consuming any skill points.
The ability to grant a summon to a teammate will make for a lot of fun combinations.
That actually is
You
kind
like
of
to
cool.
uncover more of these lineup combos? In the game, then.
Our bonds of companionship stand more sturdy than the toughest rocks. You can now trust Don Hung to watch your back in a fight even more.
Now, let's take a look at version 3.6's banners. In version 3.6's first half warp event, Trailblazers can acquire the limited 5-star character Evernight. Limited 5-star light cone to Evernight stars will also have a boosted drop rate.
Okay.
In the first half, the limited 5-star
Herda?
character, the Herda, is returning, and at the same time,
Is this
the
their
limited
first
5-star
return?
light cone into the
Can't
Unreachable
remember.
Veil will become available once again. In version 3.6's second half warp event, Trailblazers can acquire the limited 5-star character Don Hung per Mansoor Terrai. The limited 5-star light cone, The Worlds Apart, will also have a boosted drop rate. In the second half, the limited 5-star character Anaxa is returning. While at the same time, the limited 5-star light cone, Life Should Be Cast to Flames, will become available once again.
Thank you for the introductions, Mr. Albert.
No problem! And I've got even more news. Version 3.6 will also have a new animated short. This animated short contains a very important part of the story in version 3.6. Make sure you don't miss it!
Oh,
I hope they
an
inserted that
animated
into the
short
game.
about Don Hung? Then we'll have to pay close attention. The art style also looks quite unique this time.
The lines and colors are clearly defined, with a very strong 2D feel. It's almost like a mural, and it's definitely very
Sunday
different
looks
from
like
the
he's,
usual
like, in his
animated
element.
shorts.
He's like,
In
oh my
addition,
gosh!
A Myriad Celestia short about March 7th is also coming soon, so stay tuned!
Well, the animated short isn't the only thing with a unique style. We saw many unique things about March and Don Hung today, too.
Since setting out in the Star Rail, March 7th and Don Hung have been the Trailblazers' closest companions. They've experienced so much together, they've all quietly gone through various changes throughout the journey. Before the start of this program, Don Hung asked me if he could take this opportunity to say a few heartfelt words to the Trailblazer. Mr. Don Hung?
Thank you, Mr. Albert. Now then. You once asked what trailblazing meant to me. It has taken on thousands of wills and thousands of forms. To trailblaze is to be with those who save themselves. It is to be with all living things. And to be with you.
Oh, when he had to leave her behind.
No matter the ebb and flow of fate, even in the face of tempestuous seas, in the name of trailblazing, I will guard your way forward.
And this is really cool.
Calamity undone, lands beneath me. What remains is permanence.
Oh, man. Okay, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. Like, I'm kind of excited because I've always, like, needed a shield character, and now I'll have one. I wonder why they chose to make him free, though.
Welcome back, dear viewers. Up next, it's time for the version events. On a warm and sunny day, Professor Naxa announced that he would be going into seclusion for a while to concentrate on his academic research. Before he left, he gave the Trailblazer a special Dromus egg to look after.
Professor Anaxa must trust the Trailblazer very much. He likely thinks the Trailblazer had a lot of fun with Dromuses, so they're well suited for each other.
Well, they both like to eat dirt.
Well, it just so happened that the egg hatched while under the Trailblazer's care.
Yeah, and when I first saw the Trailblazer, he couldn't help but yell out, Papa! The baby Dromus that's just been born is like the morning
Oh,
sun.
man, we're gonna be-
Starting out with a good foundation and full of endless possibilities. So, as his
This better not
designated
be
parent,
annoying to
the
deal with.
Trailblazer must take on the responsibility of raising little Dromus into adulthood. One clump of red soil at a time.
But Trailblazer has some experience in parenting. The saga of Primaveral Blade is proof of that.
So, what needs to be done exactly?
It is said that Giorios gave all the Dromuses 3 gifts: indestructible musculation, perspective spiricuity, and connective charasplendor. These traits are important indicators that show how well a Dromus is growing. The Trailblazer can schedule daily activities for the Dromus while it's under their care. Aside from studying, you can also take your child out to relax, feed them snacks, play with them, give them a nice hot bath. And based on the Trailblazer's educational methods, the Dromus baby will gain different stats and traits.
Alright.
This child is just too cute. Those big and shiny golden eyes are just like the Trailblazers.
Like it's their own flesh and, like a child they raised themselves.
Every once in a while, there will be a test to assess overall progress.
Of course, if your child isn't getting the grades you want, don't worry. The Trailblazer can also directly help their child pass the test.
This educational philosophy seems a bit too lenient.
In addition to all of this, the baby Dromus will experience different stories as it grows up and will trigger some special events.
Wow, you can even change its outfit.
Some Chrysos AF friends will also participate in helping the Trailblazer raise the baby Dromus.
With the help and support of so many companions, I believe that the baby Dromus will grow up happy and strong and become the Dromus of its dreams.
During the event, Trailblazers can also obtain rewards such as an avatar. I hope all the Trailblazers enjoy this wonderful Amphorean family time.
Yes.
Can't wait.
Let us now turn to the other version events.
All right. In version 3.6,
More double
the
seals.
event
The seals was okay.
Colorful Mayhem will come online. First, the Seal Slammers event will return in a new multiplayer mode called Double Seals. This time, the Trailblazer can deploy a total of 6 baby seals. 3 of them will be deployed as the main combatants, while the other 3 can be paired with a main team member to help in battle.
So, in addition to considering which seals should be the main combatants, selecting the right supporting seals will also be key to securing a victory.
Aside from Seal Slammers, Origami Bird Clash will also welcome a Best of the Flock mode during this event. A total of 30 contestants will participate in a single competition. The 30 contestants will be ranked, and the contestants who score below a target level will be eliminated at the end of each round.
An Origami Bird Remake Battle Royale Edition sounds thrilling and exciting.
Yes. With the Trailblazers' 2 favorite Clash and Slam events coming back together, there should be plenty of clashing and slamming all at once this time.
Well, I heard that this event was also made for Don Hung Seal Master.
Unnecessary.
Version 3.6 also brings another combat event for Trailblazers. One day, Kate, a member of the Penacony Bloodhound family, picked up a dream bubble called Try Not to Laugh Challenge, and she invited the knowledgeable and experienced Trailblazer to participate in this mysterious challenge. In the challenge, some characters will turn into comedians. When the surprise box on the action bar takes action, the comedians can open up a surprise gift from within and provide combat assistance to the team.
During combat, the Trailblazer needs to charge up the surprise box as much as possible and use it to vanquish multiple waves of opponents.
Could such a delightful event be the work of Director Sparkle?
If the masked fools are involved,
Like
then Sampo
when you
might show up
put a
too,
combat event,
right?
like I would expect it to be significantly
As the battle
different,
progresses,
and
the
this isn't
Trailblazer
that.
will be able to unlock more comedians, and they can use different methods to charge the surprise box and activate different combat effects. Time for a true display of your comedic talents. In addition, for Trailblazers looking to challenge themselves and test their limits, we've added a new high difficulty trial in version 3.6 that will be updated periodically. Named Anomaly Arbitration. Anomaly Arbitration will be updated once every version, and Trailblazers will be able to face extremely challenging enemies in this mode.
Extremely challenging. Can you elaborate on that, Mr. Owlbert?
Anomaly arbitration consists of 3 trial stages and 1 final stage. Trailblazers must form 3 separate teams to take on the trial stages. After completing the trial stages, Trailblazers can assemble any characters into a team to challenge the even more difficult final stage.
Okay.
It does seem very intimidating.
Once
This
they clear
reminds
the
me
final
of,
stage, Trailblazers can obtain the brand new Interference key item.
That reminds me of something they do
When
in
using
Reverse
variable
1999,
dice
which
to
is a lot
reassign
of fun.
subsidiary
It's
stats
difficult,
of a
though.
5-star relic, the Interference key can be added to block one subsidiary's stat, preventing that stat from being enhanced during this reroll.
That is very useful.
That's actually
Now
pretty cool.
there's a higher chance of enhancing key substats.
That's
In addition
huge.
to this, Trailblazers can obtain limited time avatar frames and medals based on their score when clearing the stage. Furthermore, there will be a brand new store added in version 3.6. Trailblazers can exchange tokens in this
I
store
don't
for
like
rewards
it
to
that
include the
it
pet
makes the
complainer.
rich
It
richer
really is.
by adding those
Complainer.
keys gives them
So
an easier time to
cute.
get better gear.
I like to challenge myself,
But at the same
so
time,
I'll definitely
it's
try this
a pretty
event
good
out.
job of
Tokens are mainly
balancing
obtained through clearing anomaly arbitration
having
stages.
rewards
At the
that
same
you
time,
want, and
you
then
can also use jade
not
feathers
having,
to exchange for a certain
like,
amount
primo
of the
gems
new
as the
token
reward
in each period's
for
Priceless
something
Jewel
that's
store.
overly difficult.
The store's offerings will continue to expand in the future. Trailblazers will also receive a little surprise gift from Pom Pom in version 3.6. When Trailblazers log into the game, they will obtain an
Nice.
interference key for free and a certain amount of the new token.
Thank you,
We'll
conductor.
have to thank Pom Pom then.
All right, time for a short break. There's still more version news to share with you when we come back.
So far, this is a pretty good update.
Hey, Joe. Welcome back. Let us continue with more version content. First, our old friend Gift of Odyssey will arrive on schedule in version
Nice.
3.6.
The Planar Fissure and Realm of the Strange events will also
Cool.
return. Complete the challenges to get double rewards.
In version 3.6,
Ooh.
Cavern of Corrosion, Path of Hidden Salvation is also set to come online.
I do like
Successfully
that
beat it to
they're
obtain
bringing out
2
new
relic
relics
sets,
every
World
almost every
Remaking
patch,
Deliverer
but they're
and
alternating between the
Self-Enshrouded
two,
Recluse.
which
Version 3.6
and they don't
also
feel
brings
as
some system
necessary as
optimizations
some
for
of.
everyone.
Not every
First,
relic that comes out is
The
like
main
super
story
necessary.
replay function previously mentioned will officially come online. Trailblazers can choose to re-experience
Cool.
completed Trailblaze missions, Trailblaze continuances, and companion missions. At the same time, they can freely choose if they wish to view specific cutscenes and cinematics.
Ooh, yeah,
Now catching up and
nice.
keeping up with the story will be easier than ever.
And we can rewatch the most exciting clips and animations from the story.
Yes, of course. To help Trailblazers quickly understand the important events of the current version, version 3.6 will also introduce the Journey Highlights function. On the Journey Highlights tab, Trailblazers
nice.
can quickly
Okay.
view important ongoing and upcoming events.
Isn't that like the events
They can also
tab,
get
though?
info about
Like,
the rewards for the
we have,
corresponding events.
we have a
It's certainly more intuitive
it's a
now,
table
and
of
the goals
contents
are
for the events
clearer.
tab.
Next up, we'll introduce some collaboration news. Honkai Star Rail and 8-Bit Dough are releasing an Evernight themed controller. Purchase a controller and get additional merch
No
and
thanks.
in-game virtual rewards. Pre-orders are now open. Hurry up and grab one.
Yes, awesome.
Well, today's special program has now come to an end. We'll see
Cool.
you all next time. Bye-bye.
Hey, I think
Thanks,
this is a pretty good
Trailblazers.
special
Till
program.
next time.
Bye,
Compared to
everyone.
last
Bubble
time
tea
I
time.
said, you know, the story was gonna have to carry it. I don't think that's the case this time.
An all-new large-scale permanent game mode is coming soon. Revolutionize the battlefield with boundless strategy. Form a 10-person team. Choose your own extraordinary lineup. Explore character combos. Activate powerful bombs. Try out gameplay exclusive character abilities. Currency Wars. Ready for launch in version 3.7. Please
Okay.
stay tuned.
hey, there's even more coming. It's kind of interesting that they felt like they needed to put that at the very end when, basically, there was more in this trailer than there was for 3.5. 3.5, like, at the end of it, you were like, oh boy. I hope the story's good. I don't think that's the case with this one. I think the story, well, I mean, I don't, once again, we don't know what the story does, but, I think there's more events in this one than normal, and I think that's gonna help people out a lot. The characters are also much more liked in this as well. Hycelins, as much as I love her, and I love her through the story, wasn't as popular. And same thing with Ceridra. We just didn't have as much build up with them. But this one, we've got new March, March's first 5-star form, basically. And then Don Hong's second 5-star form. And we get one of them for free. So it's pretty awesome. I'm so excited we're going to get a Shielder. This could be a huge bummer. I don't know what it's going to be like. This Dromus thing reminds me a little bit of the kind of the museum that was back on Belobog. If it's like that, it could be enjoyable to do. But I am a little bit worried about this one and how entertaining it'll be. For these, I don't like it when they force me into multiplayer with these. I wish they would stop doing that, but that's what they've decided for this thing. Seal Slammers is kind of fun. Best of the Flock, this thing just gets old really quickly. That's the problem with it. So, alright, we have this. I'm a little bit disappointed with this one because this feels like there's not enough changing. Just from what I've seen, it doesn't seem like there's not enough changing for a combat event. I could be wrong, okay? So my expectations are low on this one, but I could be surprised. This looks interesting. I've heard, rumblings about this incoming, like, new super OP game mode. We'll see how strong it is, but it reminds me of something that's in Reverse 1999, where you have to, like, have 3 teams, and then at the very end you can... you can choose whatever you want. Reverse 99 has 4 teams, and then they have like debuffs that you have to carry to each of the others. It's a lot of fun in Reverse 1999, but if it's overtuned, then it's gonna be a problem. So we'll see how exciting it is. But there's stuff here and fun stuff to do, and I'm pretty excited for this. So I think overall this trailer is pretty good. We'll see how people like it down the line, but yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this trailer and this reaction, or this special program and this reaction, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Nuptorga out. See you guys.